Hello dear students, today we start with the solution of some objective questions based on adiabatic process. Before going into solving the objective questions, let us recollect some usable tips. You know, in adiabatic process, equation is PV to the power gamma is constant. Another equation is TV gamma minus 1 is constant, and third equation is T power gamma upon P power gamma minus 1 is constant. Here gamma is adiabatic constant, which is the ratio of Cp upon Cv. Now for adiabatic process, change in heat dq is 0, and from first law this is du plus delta U plus delta W. Because delta U is 0, therefore delta W will be equal, delta U will be equal to minus delta W. Work done in adiabatic process is W is equal to Nr upon gamma minus 1 T1 minus T2, which can also be written as Nr. Gamma is Cp upon Cv minus 1. Here Cp minus Cv upon Cv on taking Cv LCM, and R is equal to Cp minus Cv. Therefore this Cp minus Cv, this Cp minus Cv cancels out. This Cv goes into numerator. Therefore work done may also be written as N Cv T1 minus T2. Now the slope of adiabatic curve is gamma times the slope of isothermal curve, which is gamma into minus P by B. Specific heat capacity for adiabatic process is delta Q upon M into delta T. Because delta Q is 0, therefore it will be 0. Similarly, entropy change for adiabatic process is delta S is equal to delta Q upon constant temperature. Delta Q is 0, therefore entropy change will be 0. Next, adiabatic elasticity, which is gamma into P, which is bulk mod equal to bulk modulus of elasticity. During free expansion of gas, free expansion means when there are two compartments of equal volume, one contains ideal gas and other has vacuum. Both are separated with the help of a stop cock. When the stop cock is suddenly opened, then gas undergoes free expansion, and in that case delta Q is equal to delta U is equal to delta W is equal to delta T is equal to 0. Now remember these ones to solve the objective questions. Okay. First question is, when 1 millimeter cube of a gas whose cubical expansion, whose gamma is Cp upon Cv is 1.5 at 1 atmosphere pressure, is compressed adiabatically from 27 degrees Celsius to 627 degrees Celsius, then the final pressure will be, means we will have to find the relation, we will have to use the relation between pressure and temperature. So solution to question 1. You know T1 gamma upon P1 to gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 gamma upon P2 power gamma minus 1. So you can write P2 upon P1 gamma minus 1 will be equal to T2 upon T1 power gamma, or P2 upon P1 will be equal to T2 upon T1 whole power gamma divided by gamma minus 1. So P2 upon P1 will be equal to, P2 is 627 plus 273, 900 Kelvin. Similarly, this is 300 Kelvin power 1.5 upon 1.5 minus 1 means 0.5, 1.5 upon 0.5. So this is 3 to power 1.5 upon 0.5 means 3 to power 3, which is 27. Therefore, P2 will be equal to 27 into P1, and P1 is 1 atmosphere, approximately 27 into 1 into 20 10 to power 5 Newton per meter square. So the correct answer will be B. Next question, question number 2 is, if a cylinder filled with a gas at high pressure suddenly explodes, then the gas undergoes reversible adiabatic change with fall in temperature, irreversible adiabatic change with fall in temperature, reversible adiabatic change with rise in temperature, rise in fall in temperature, fall in temperature, rise in temperature. Next or last, irreversible adiabatic change with rise in temperature. So the correct option will be irreversible process with the fall in temperature, because when cylinder explodes suddenly the process will be adiabatic and in which is irreversible, means cannot be taken to initial state, and also temperature decreases. So the correct answer is B. Next question, third, a monatomic gas with gamma 5/3 is adiabatically compressed to 1/8 of initial volume. New pressure of gas will be. Now here the pressure and volume relations may be used. Solution to question 3. P1 B1 to power gamma will be equal to P2 B2 power gamma. Therefore, P2 upon P1 will be equal to B1 upon P2 whole power gamma. P2 upon P1, B1 upon B2. Now, B1 upon B2 is 1/8 B1, 1/8 B1, and gamma is 5/3, 5/3. B1 cancels and 8 goes in numerator. So this is 8 to power 5/3, and you know 8 is 2 to power 3. So you can write P2 upon P1 will be equal to 2 to power 3, 2 to power 3 whole power 5/3. This 3 cancel each other, and this is 2 power 5, which is 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32. So this is 32. Therefore, P2 will be equal to 31 P1. P2 will be equal to 31 P1 means 32 times the initial pressure P1. Next question. Question number 4. The pressure and density of a diatomic gas whose gamma is this much change adiabatically from P1 D1 to P2 D2. Here D is density of gas such that D2 upon D1 is equal to 32. Then P2 upon P1 will be solution to question 4. We know that density is mass upon volume. This is D is equal to mass upon volume. Therefore, volume will be equal to mass upon density. Mass volume can be replaced by mass upon density. Now, we can use P1 B1 power gamma is equal to P2 B2 power gamma, or we have to find P2 upon P1. So P2 upon P1 will be equal to B1 upon V2 whole power gamma. B1 can be written as M upon D1, M upon D1, and V2 can be written as M upon D2 whole power gamma. M cancels and D2 goes in numerator. So D2 upon D1 whole power gamma is 7 by 5. Now D2 upon D1 is given to be, therefore P2 upon P1 is equal to D2 upon D1 is 32 whole power 7 upon 5. This is 32 can be written as 2 to power 5, 2 to power 5, and this 5 cancels. So this is 2 to power 5 whole power 7 by 5. This 5 cancels and we get 2 power 7. Sorry, 2 power 7. 2 power 7 means 2 to power 7 means 1 to 8. So the correct answer will be this one, rather this. In question 5, question 5 is two identical samples expanded first isothermally, in second adiabatically. Then the work done will be, we know that in PV diagram, this is isothermal curve, and this is adiabatic curve. So the isothermal curve will cover more area with volume axis than that covered with the adiabatic curve. Therefore, work done in case of isothermal process will be more than that in adiabatic case. That is, correct answer will be A.